Hello guys, Zueljin here. Look how fast I wave. Welcome back to ModSauce, baby. I got some super exciting news for y'all. ModSauce is going public tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. BST. I don't know what it is Central Time. I think that's around 2 or 3 Central Time. I'm gonna put it in the description. It's gonna be a link to World Time Buddy. You could just click it and it'll show you exactly when it's available. Some other awesome news is, if you're not familiar with AT Launcher, Biff is going to be doing a tutorial on how to install the mod pack, getting it ready for all of you guys to be able to play. And one last thing is that CubeHost has access to the server jar. So for those of you that want to set up servers for ModSauce, instead of going all technical and putting everything together for yourself, you can go into CubeHost. You can select to start off with a ModSauce server pack, and it'll all be installed for you. CubeHost is also giving a discount when you use the Hermitcraft code in the registration process. So y'all just check out the description. There'll be a lot of information in there for y'all to use, and I'm so excited because y'all gonna get to keep up with us and do some of the cool things that we're doing. You will be able to help us and innovate with ideas, like on this airship that I've already gotten a lot of feedback, guys, and I'm so glad y'all liked it. This was one of the most fun projects I've ever done. Few things that I'd like to note. First off, we still got that crazy, that glitchy thing there. So the reason that the windmills aren't turning, or the wind turbines aren't turning, y'all said, is that because it doesn't have a clear view of the sky, because the blimp is in the way. So I do need to extend this thing. I didn't know what kind of measurements I wanted, but I have a little bit of blocks to play with. I think right now, currently, I am at 1857. So I got quite a few blocks that I can play with. Another thing is I've also gotten some comments that I can fit this guy in the balloon. So now that I look at the airship, I don't know if I want it in the balloon because I want to be able to access it very easily. But if I push this back, I might be able to fit this as kind of a rig back there. In addition to that, a bunch of you had stated that I can probably move this ship's helm to the back because it would probably be easier to steer. So I don't know. I'm going to try to set up a few things with it, but there's one thing that I do want to do. I can't take it all the way to spawn because, as you can tell, spawn is like, wait, where is the coordinates? You can barely see, but look, there's Biff's base, and Biff's is close to spawn. That's 9,500 away. I mean, I can drive this thing 10,000 blocks, but I don't think I want to. Not right now, at least. Because people on the server, like Biff is on the server right now, I don't want to lag him to pieces, and going that far in the ship might do that. I might do it piece by piece at a time, but there's something I want to do that's really cool this episode. You see this large space right here? I want to make an underground hangar for this thing. I think that would be so cool. So I want to do it with drawbridges, just to where, like, I can come through this area, and when I get here, it'll open up like a big old underground. You ever watch that old 80s show Airwolf with the awesome helicopter that would, like, I was decked out in weapons and it had stealth and stuff, and it would go into this like mountain volcano base type deal? That's what I want to do with the airship. I think it would be good. I also need a name for this thing. So anyway, I'm gonna get to Patreons today as well, you guys. The Hall of Heroes, I went ahead and added everybody in, and I'm just gonna do the statues and kind of talk a little bit about it. That'll be towards the end of the video. Right now, what I need to do is dig the hole for this underground hangar, and I think I want to do that just by going and grab my quarry setup out the mining world. So we're gonna do that right quick. I'm so excited that the pack is going public for you guys. I am, like, y'all have been asking for the longest time, and it is time. The pack is running pretty stable now, and we're really confident that you guys can have a good experience. So it was important that we did all of our bug testing and stuff like that, but now that we have it, it should be a lot more pleasant for you guys to play on. So let's see, we are almost there. There we go. Should be there, and my quarry is no longer moving. Is that correct? Yes, my quarry is all finished up. Good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tear this up right quick. It shouldn't be bad. I have place in my inventory for everything. All of my deep storage units are going to be coming with me as well. And the only bad thing about these setups is the quarries don't auto dismantle. These BC frames don't pull off, which is just weird. But at any rate, we'll get all of this fixed up, and we should just be able to dig the hole. Now I could have done this with like with my my bound pick too, but it's gonna be more fun this way, I think. There we go. All right, we are all set. Is that all of it? I just want to make sure. Yep, that's it. Also, guys, we've been getting a lot of shining. When I go back to base, I'll show y'all some stuff that I got ready as well. Only 200, not that far away. Fly so dang fast. I love it. Okay, let's get to where is my base. There we go. Oop. I don't know why I was flying all the way out there. Come on, crazy driver. All right. Let's go back here. My cobblestone has been processing really well. It's not as fast as it could be. Like, I'm actually thinking about splitting up that where is my base now? I'm actually thinking about splitting up this room into 2 Steve's Factory Managers, just to kind of split the load from this cobblestone, because I'll show y'all what's happening here as soon as my render starts coming in. So I'm bottlenecking. Like, my system is producing it faster than the Steve's Factory Manager can turn it in. So I've gotten 5 septuple compressed, which is good, don't get me wrong, but it could be a lot faster. And the reason it is this 1 second interval. Ooh, the crafter. What's going on here? Crafting. Oh, you know what? Now that we did an update, it might be, let's see, excess inventories. Trash can is selected. Did that change it? Did that fix it? Yes. So a bunch of you were asking about, or a couple of you were asking about, why do I have the trash can in the mix? Is because for some reason Steve's Factory Manager says that you have to tell it about excess inventories. That way, if it can't craft, then it knows what to do, and or it knows where to go. And I figured that since we're only dealing with cobblestone, that it would be easier if we just selected a trash can for excess inventory. That way we wouldn't need to worry about managing it. So as you can see right now, we have 25,602,000, and we're steadily increasing here. So the Steve's Factory Manager cannot keep up with the demand that I currently have, and well, unfortunately, I need to do something about that. It's not that it's a big problem, because the system is fail-safe. I mean, it'll just stop when this thing fills up. These things will accumulate and fill up, and then when these systems fill up, then well, it just won't take anymore, and that'll be it. It won't generate any more cobble. So it's not that big of a deal, but I would like to produce more of it. So what I'll probably do is set up the same line with Steve's Factory Manager again, and have this inventory, this deep storage inventory, feed into there as well somehow. I don't know, maybe I'll just make it circumvent and do it all over again. But at any rate, that's my plan with this. Okay, another thing that I've been talking about doing is that, actually, you know what, let's set up this quarry and then we'll get into that. Okay, so do I have markers on me? I think I do have markers. Yes, I do. I do have the markers. Okay, cool. So this ship measures, if my game will start rendering my stuff. Where did my ship go? There it is. So the ship, it measures, let's see, it's about the same length as the balloon. And actually the balloon is probably 1 or 2 longer. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So it's about 38. Hey, false. So it's about 38 long. Now, if I do extend it to where these windmills come out, let's say I go out another, I don't know, 7 or 8 blocks from the back, something like that, it would probably be closer to 50. I think a 64 by 64 would be perfect for a hangar size. Even though that's really, really large, I still think that it's probably the best to do it like that, and it'll just kind of flatten out this area. So let's see, do I have, if I stored it just right here, do I have any redstone on me? No. Let's get a redstone torch or a lever just to make this work right quick. Redstone torch, that will work fine. And I know you see this stuff, we're coming to it, we're coming. Let me get this thing working so that we'll have something producing while we're doing that. So, okay. So, let's see. 64 is going to go right through here. And then 64 the other way is going to come out. Okay, it's going to come out somewhere in there. What I'm worried about is that it might be a little bit too... It might be too big because I don't want it to go into this hillside over here. Okay, let's do it a few more blocks in. Alright guys, I changed up the dimensions just a little bit. I ended up going 60 by 60, and the reason I did that is I wanted it to be perfectly square, and I also wanted to make sure that I captured this hillside without going into any of that stuff, because it's going to be fundamental to look like I want it to look, you know? So it ends up right here, and if I put the laser pointer down, I could show you, but it actually comes right there. So there'll be a little extension off of here to be able to come. I'm not sure where the entrance is going to be. It's not going to be here because that's going to be where all my other stuff is. It's probably going to be off of this wall, and I'll have a hallway to the hangar right here. That'll be the only way I'll be able to do it. So now we're just going to have to set this quarry up and make it go. So the way that I'm going to do that is pretty simple. Go ahead and set my quarry down just right here, and it should make the frame up. There we go. And now I'm going to need my tesseract. There we go. And we should just be able to set it for... Why is it showing DMAX power windmill? I don't know. But we want it definitely set to the my power setup. And we need to set it to... receive power only, configuration energy mode receive. That's good. Okay, so that should be set up correctly now. Now we're going to need a little bit of pipes and transfer here. So actually, instead of setting this tesseract up right here, I forgot. It doesn't interact like it used to, but it does with the universal cable quite well. So let's go ahead and activate it just like that. And then... yes, then it should start doing everything. Let's go ahead and set it. Energy mode only. Zueljin's RF. Cool. So that should do it. Yep, it's starting to produce the stuff right now. The frames. And now we're going to need to hook an inventory up to it. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do this, because we don't want all of that cobblestone into the same place like we had. We kind of want it set up like we did before. So we're going to go ahead and have this transfer node on top of here. And then we're going to have the filter pipe right on top of there. Then we'll have a couple of pipes coming off of here. We can do a pipe there, and a pipe there. Okay, and that should work. And I will actually do a pipe there too. Okay, so let's go ahead and set some of our deep storages down. And basically we want the same type of setup, although redstone is probably not going to be that important. This is gravel, so that's definitely where we want that to go. We want, what is this deep storage unit? This will be coal. We can use that too, that'll be fine. Let's see, we also have the redstone, which is not technically very, very important. We're not going to be going real deep right here either, but... and the dirt will do here. Let's see. The dirt will do here. Okay. Now all I have left is the cobblestone, which that's no problem. Watch this. We'll go ahead and go inside the base, and where I have the, remember that that valve that I set up last time? I'll show you what I mean. So right now this is set to, how do we have this? I think we have this set as, yes, we have it set to blaze powder. So we'll make it set to cobblestone, And now what will happen is it'll just filter out cobblestone that's in the system to here. So we can go ahead and take our deep storage unit for cobblestone, put it right here, and then it's going to filter all of that stuff out. And as we get cobblestone, it's just going to add it to this inventory through the ME system, which isn't the most efficient way. Like some people had talked about some of the types of buses that I can do. Let me look those up, by the way. Bus. Okay, so we have, what type of buses are there? We have a toggle bus, a storage bus, and that's what you guys were talking about. I can hook storage buses up to like those containers, and I'll still be able to draw them into the system and put them back into their containers without them actually being hooked up through my disk drives. But there's also channels to remember, you guys. So until I have my smart cable set up, I'm really not going to mess around with that. Although, thank y'all very much for the tip. It is very, very helpful. So anyway, we're filtering out the cobble now. That should be good. Let's check out the quarry status just to make sure. Okay, so now we have to put a few more filters in place to make sure everything is happening correctly. Okay, so we got coal. Let's go ahead and make sure that this side, what color is that? Is that gray? Yes, we can do coal is gray. Okay. Black is actually nothing. Red is going to be what? Red is going to be gravel. So let's go ahead and change this to gravel. 1. That's all we need. White is going to be dirt. Let's take this dirt out. Actually, we have some already. We'll click on this. We'll put dirt in. And let's see. Green is going to be redstone. So let's take this redstone and we'll filter green for that. Perfect. So now we're set up. Everything that it quarries should just be going into the system, and except for the stuff that I just set up filters for. And as you can see, it's just cleaning out this little area. We're going to have some trim work to do with the bound pickaxe, but that's not going to be a big deal because I can eat through a lot of that stuff really, really quick. Basically, what's going to happen is we want it to go down quite a bit. We wanted to eliminate this entire hill, and we want it to get into probably about 40 deep underneath the base, which is still going to be way above the area of the normal surface, or way below the area of the normal surface. I don't know, it might be. Let's see, we're at 125 right now. Ground level for the hill is about 103. Let's just say 100. And down here is about 66. So I don't know. Actually, it's going to be very, very close to ground level, but it'll be in this mountainside, which will be cool. We'll actually do we'll do some very, very fun stuff with that, I'm sure. So I'm going to let this quarry work, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the other stuff that I've been into. So Blood Magic has something called the Advanced Spell System. Now, y'all, I'm not even going to play around. This is the deepest rabbit hole I've ever seen in Minecraft. So to make this stuff is absolutely crazy. The modifiers you need, basically what you need is a trigger of some sort. Crazy, creepy noise. A trigger of some sort. So right now you can set it to like projectile or self or melee. And I have one made for melee. It's called a melee aggregator. Then I have an element, which is earth. There's also fire, wind, and water. And the default spell modifier, which there's also other modifiers, there's a defensive spell modifier and an offensive spell modifier and an environment spell modifier. On top of those combinations, there's augmenters that you can add power and duration to and stuff like that. So deep, deep, deep rabbit hole. In addition to that, let's look at some of the recipes for these things. By the way, thank y'all for the search box mode tip. That was very, very helpful. Now it can actually link to NEI, and when I show stuff like this, I'll do, let's look up the spell modifier, for instance. Let's just do SPELL. You see how the NEI is linking to the actual ME terminal? That's awesome. That's really, really cool. So these are some of the modifiers that I was talking about. Let's look at default spell modifier, for instance. Okay, so default spell modifier requires this setup. Now, you got output spell cables, which are made from simple catalyst, some stone, and some iron. That's not too bad, right? Then we've got these things, which are stone braces. They are made from reinforced slates and iron. And we've got, let's see what else I can show you. Let's go and look at default one more time, and we'll look at the unattuned core. Now, the unattuned core is made from empty cores, which are made from simple catalysts, some glass, and some gold. What is going on? Something's entering my inventory here, and I don't know where it's coming from. Am I absorbing something? Maybe? Yes, I am. I'm getting gravel that is coming through the system. Is my chest filling up? No. That's so weird. Is my gravel fixed? Cobblestone is the only thing coming through here. It should never make it at that point. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's change up. Let's change our tune right quick and check this out. Oh. Hello. I know what's going on. How about I put upgrades in this puppy so it can actually keep up with what's happening, and I'll also put an ender chest to it. You guys must have been screaming at me. Okay, so we've got all of this stuff filtered. Now I actually need to filter... This is going to be interesting because now that the cobblestone is going everywhere... Wow, man. It is going everywhere. Mandrake seeds. I definitely need to put a... okay, let's get rid of the redstone. Where is the redstone deal? Because that's probably the lowest offender. Okay. What a mess, man. Alright. And green. Oh, that's not what we want. Let's change green to anything. Alright. So this should just feed into the system now. Whew, man. Talk about crazy, huh? Let's put this into the system so it'll filter out correctly. That way it'll go to all the respective areas. Well, that's the complications of stuff, guys. Sometimes stuff just happens. Let's see where my deep storage unit went. I don't want to lose that. How weird. Oh, I'm there big time. Okay, I was like, what? I keep hearing those items pop into my inventory. What the heck is going on? So, yeah, we should be pretty good now. Okay, slight oversight on my part. No big deal. We didn't crash the server. It's good. It's good. Good day. Good day on ModSauce. All right. So let me put this up for now. All right. So as we were saying before we were so rudely interrupted by my derpiness, so this is a very deep rabbit hole, man. I mean, very, very deep rabbit hole. Where was I looking for? Augment. Spell. There we go. Spell. So right back to the default spell modifier. This is where it starts getting complicated. So there's some alchemy stuff that's built into here, some slate mechanics that you have to craft. You can see that we have to build strengthened catalyst, which are all of these alchemy ingredients in the alchemy table. And that's not even the craziest part. Check out some of these. Unstable spell empower, reinforced spell empower. Okay, so reinforced spell empower takes output spell cables, input spell cables, obsidian braces, which require stone braces, which are those. What else we got? Let's look up these things. Runic plates, which are made from terre, which is an alchemy ingredient, and cracked runic plates, which are made from slates, and concentrated catalysts, which are made from concentrate catalyst, strengthened catalysts, fractured bones, which are made from gunpowder and bones in the alchemy table. Can you see how ridiculous this is? So anyway, long story short, I made a few things, okay? So this is one of the spells that I made, and this is a melee aggregator, an earth former, and a default spell modifier. Now, unfortunately, this one is kind of buggy, okay? What it's supposed to do is add a gravity effect to a block. So let's go ahead and put up a few pieces of dirt, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's see, if I take my complex spell crystal and bind it to the trigger or whatever, I can click on dirt, or sometimes I can click on dirt, and it should fall to the ground like gravity. And as you can tell, it's pretty buggy. Like, I was using this yesterday and it doesn't seem to do a whole lot. It did fall. I did see the stuff fall before. It just doesn't work for me most of the time. So It's a buggy spell component, okay? So let's take this, though. This is a much, much cleaner representation of some of the spells. I haven't looked through all the stuff, but there is some cool stuff that you can do with it. One, I'll show you this. So this is a defensive spell modifier, and you just place it in line, okay? So the way that you work this is if you shift right click, that is your output, okay? Right click is input. I think that's how it goes, and it's usually the darker is the input. So you have to line them up, output to input, and when you get this kind of setup going, you have to use a complex spell crystal to bind it again. So whatever the I forget what they call it, like the melee aggravator, there's also a projectile. There's a certain, what they call this component, but you have to always mark it to the first component. And then when you use the complex spell crystal, let's see, I might have this backwards. Shift right click, shift right click, right click. Okay, let's try it now. Let's rebind it and see what I can do. Yes, there we go. Okay, so that's pretty much the spell. Now you can add a bunch of different modifiers and augments to this to make it bigger, to do like a 7x7 area. But basically what it does is it takes this and it brings up a piece of the land as a wall in front of you. So to just do this in a couple of other scenarios, let's go somewhere where I really don't care about the way the land looks. This quarry space is fine. So I could just bring up, as you can see, I could just bring up pieces of the land, which is kind of cool. You can't really dig like that, I don't think. Let's see, can you dig like that? No, because it works kind of in front of you. Okay, so you can't really dig like that. Let's try the other modifier again, and I'll try to show you what the gravity thing looks like. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull that off, and we'll put the default spell modifier on, and we'll do that, okay? So shift right click and right click. Now we should be good. Let's go ahead and mark this again, and okay, maybe that's not the right input there. Let's try this. We'll try it like that. We'll mark it again, just in case I have it wrong. No, as you can see, the gravity effect is still not working. So there's definitely something going on with this mechanic. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you guys will know. Blood Magic is still kind of in a beta set, so there's a reason that it's probably buggy. But most of the 1.7.10 mods are in some sort of beta, so that might be what's going on. But at any rate, guys, that's the complex spell system. I wanted to at least show you what it's about. There's going to be plenty of components that I want to craft and try some different stuff for experimentation, but I'm not going to do all that on camera because it's going to take forever. As I get new components and try new spells, I will try to show them off as we go, though. So now that we have the quarry going, we still have quite a bit of work left to do it, and I don't want the episode to drag on too long. So what I'm going to do, guys, is let this quarry run, and the next episode we're going to open this puppy up and probably build out the hangar. I don't know what blocks I'm going to use. If you guys have some ideas, y'all let me know. I would love to know. I think chisel blocks work well with the drawbridges. I'm gonna have to look into it, but I know that we are gonna need some drawbridges. And actually, come to think of it, the 60x60 might be too big, because I don't know how I'm gonna enclose the middle, you guys. The drawbridge length, let's see, the drawbridge length I think is 15 at most. So if we have a 15 length, we can actually only go 30 by 30. So I might have to do 2 sections of this thing. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that. It'll be something that I definitely need to look into. Maybe we can do a section with like that crazy glass or some teleposers or something. I don't know. So let me think about that for a few seconds, guys, and I'll be right back. Well, guys, I have great news. There is something that I can use to make the 60x60 area with the drawbridge, which is really, really good. It's actually called the extended drawbridge. Now, it's expensive. You have to use 3 Ardite ingots, 3 cobalt ingots, a regular drawbridge, and a block of redstone. and I'm gonna need a bunch of these. But I've been quarrying a while in the mining world, and I should have plenty of cobalt and ordite. Let's look at our supplies right quick. Cobalt and ordite. 434. That's very good. Let's look at ordite. Ordite is 433. Should be fine. What I don't have online is a smeltery to get these things going. So let's look at cobalt ingots right quick. So I'm pretty sure the only way to make this is in the smeltery. I'm almost positive. Actually, what? Oh no. One more time. Cobalt. So I can use, in shapeless crafting, I can use pyrotheum dust to get this too without the Tinker's smeltery. Let's see. Dirty cobalt gravel. That can be used in the lacerator. Let's see. Pyrotheum dust. How do I make this again? That's sulfur, blaze powder. I don't have a whole lot of sulfur is the only thing. I would do this normally. That would probably be the best way. Let's look at sulfur right quick. Let's just make sure I don't have a bunch. Well, I do have 53 of it. I don't know. I can probably make quite a bit as well. Let's just look at it one more time to make that determination. Cobalt. We're also going to have to concentrate on ordite. It might be good for us just to get a smeltery in line. It probably won't hurt. Let's see if I have any bricks. What are they called? Let's look. Okay, bricks. Seared bricks. That's what I have. And I can make some more seared bricks too. Okay, let's go to the village below and see about their existing smeltery setup and what they've got. So it looks as though they have a little setup going already. I don't see that they have a base or whatever to this. So it might be something that I need to set up in my base. So a little off the beaten path. We'll do a little bit of this, you guys. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and knock all of this down because we're not going to use this in town. We're going to use it at the base. Once I get all this set up, I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so I've been working a little diligently, and I've got my smeltery set up online so that I can start smelting up the ingots. Naturally, this is going to take a lot longer to get enough of the drawbridges going, but I'll show you the setup right quick. I have an autonomous activator from Thermal Expansion that's set to right-click, and it's basically just activating the smeltery drain, or the seared faucet, whatever it is, and it's pouring into the casting table and making ingots. As soon as an ingot's made, I have a transfer node that's pulling out the items and putting them right into this chest. So far I have 51 ingots. This smeltery is big enough to hold over a stack at a time. So I just put in a stack of 64 cobalt and I'm letting it drain up. Could be some cool stuff because later on I'm actually going to want to get into some of the Tinker's weapons and stuff. But right now I just want to get these drawbridges online. Let's go check out the quarry right quick and see how we're doing. Looking good, looking good. It looks like it's gonna be a little while before that's finished, and we are running out of time for the episode. Oh, look at one of those crazy creatures again. What is that again? What's it called? It's called a replicator. So weird. I haven't seen one for a little while, but kind of looks like Slurpee, the silverfish. At any rate, guys, I'm going to do the Hall of Heroes now because we're running out of time for the episode. At my base, recording. So the Hall of Heroes, I have a few new additions. If I did not get a message from you, please message me. I would like to put you in here. Let's go ahead and access the bag because I have some stuff all ready to go. So let's get the pallets out, let's get my hammer out, and let's get what else do I need? I think that's all I need for this. Okay, so first up is 6Matt9, which is Matt S from Patreon. Thank you so much for the patronage, Matt. 6Matt9. Let's go 6MATT9. How's that work? Yes, that looks good. Okay, we'll go ahead and move your arm into place for the waving and sculpt. Sweet. Now we can use the palette and That's cool. Looks like a zombie and somebody took a chunk out of you, man. Very, very cool. Weatherby 700. Yes, I did get the pronunciation right. At least I hope so, based on your message. Thanks so much, Colt. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and put you out. Let's see. Weatherby 700. WEATHERBY 700. All right. Sculpt you and paint you. Thank you so much, Weatherby. It's an honor to have you part of the team. Granite Fish, which is Drew. Let's see. Granite Fish. GRANITEFISH. Let's see. Let's make sure. DMAX says hi, YouTube. NITEFISH. There we go. Sculpt and there we go. Drew, thank you so much, my friend. Little Stitch 87, which is James. Thank you so much for the patronage, man. Let's see. I have to get this into perspective so that I can still see. Little Stitch 87, cool. I don't want to get these wrong. And if I do, guys, for some reason, y'all let me know. Little underscore STITCH 87. Awesome. Sculpt. And there we go. The Minecraft skin base is so broad, I just want to make sure I get them right. But usually when I hit a username, it's right. I think I only messed up one at one time, and that was Mushroomie. Let's see. Cerberus. Let's go ahead and fix you up, man. Let's see. There we go. SEB3. SEB3 RUS. There we go. Sculpt. Oh, you got some sideburns, I think. Is that what I see on there? Oh, the little beard. I like it. That's a really, really cool looking beard. And the little Admiral's coat. I like that a lot. Kind of reminds me of Wolverine. Pretty cool from X-Men. Really, really cool. And last but not least, Elshigan. I think that's how you pronounce it, from Simon. Thank you so much for the patronage. Let's see. I need to get this into where I can see again. There we go. ELSHAGAN. ELSHAGAN. Cool. Sculpt and paint. Very, very nice. Cool. It's like a red creeper. You kind of remind me of the nitro creepers from the Nether. Really, really cool. And a little monocle. Guys, thank y'all so very much for the patronage. This really means a lot to me. I have quite a bit of plans in the future that I'm going to be setting up, and not just for the Hall of Heroes. We're going to be doing other stuff. It's going to be really, really fun. I would like to get y'all part of some series here and there, some group events and stuff. So I'm still kind of hammering those out. But thank you guys so much. And if I didn't get to you, y'all let me know. If I missed a message, let me know. I'm going to be doing this every couple of episodes. And if you aren't a Patreon, you can check out the link below to get yourself added to the Hall of Heroes. All you have to do is donate to the Patreon account, and I'll put you in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we come back, we're going to mess around with those drawbridges and build that hangar. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time. Bye.